Another interesting talk. We have a very nice person who is so soft-spoken, a chartered accountant turned salesperson, and he is doing significantly very good in his career. Very helpful guy. Our own person from Calcutta, Aniruddh. Can we all welcome Aniruddh?
God, a very happy and prosperous 2018. Frankly speaking, it's a homecoming for me. So I thank you MFRT for giving me this opportunity to be here. I think the topic which we all have chosen, leadership, is apt for this city. This city has created a lot of big leaders. Swami Vivekananda, Netaji Subhas, Vidyasagar, there are a lot of. And in January, in fact, both Swami Vivekananda and Netaji Subhas Chandra Bose, both of their birthdays are there. So January is again a big special month for this particular city. So I think the topic was apt. What all these leaders did was change. They tried to change and they were successful. Second, those changes were beneficial for the society. I think each one of you, whoever is sitting in this industry, whoever is sitting in this particular room, is actually doing some change. And that change is also very beneficial for the society. So already you are a leader. So a big thanks, a big thanks to you, and I think it requires a big round of applause. What I will try to share is few of my experiences, and I think all of you will be having those type of experiences, just to reiterating those experiences. We are actually in a VUCA world. So any of you have heard about this word VUCA, V-U-C-A? You have heard, correct? So it's a US military, from there this particular acronym came. So volatility, uncertainty, complexity and ambiguity. So I don't think there is any challenge. It's a normal thing. So there will be volatility, there will be uncertainty, there will be complexity and there will be ambiguity. And that's the normal thing in today's world. And we have to embrace that. And I think whoever is there in this particular room is good enough to embrace this VUCA world. So we have to love volatility and we have to love uncertainty as well. When you are thinking of this volatility, uncertainty, and you are thinking of a big opportunity, which we have already listened and we already know and we are already experiencing, then one thing you have to understand. Understanding the process. So I will just share one again, theory of probability. And I will ask some questions, give an answer. So the theory of probability says that for any event to occur, the chances is 50-50. Okay? So suppose there are 100, just for an example, there are 100 monkeys. And these 100 monkeys are given a chance to trade a particular security. What is the probability that how many monkeys will be trading it positively and how many monkeys will be trading negatively? Any idea? Probability. It's a probability. 50, correct. So 50 monkeys will be trading positively. Correct. So those monkeys who traded positively, I keep them, the rest of the monkeys goes. Out of those 50 monkeys, again there is a particular trade to happen. How many monkeys will trade positively? 25. Again 25. There will be 12 or 13, say 12. Again 12. There will be 6. Then again 6. There will be 3. Again 3. There will be one monkey who traded every trade positively. The problem with us is, we then think about that particular monkey. What this particular monkey ate? What was the quality of the banana? What was the IQ of this particular monkey? And then we try to embrace that particular monkey. But ultimately it's a monkey. And it's a probability. So don't be outcome bias. There will be a lot of outcome which will come in this VUCA world, which will attract you as that particular monkey. ask the process. The moment you ask the process, automatically your outcome will happen. Whether the outcome is the best outcome or not, that's immaterial. But if you follow that particular process, if you ask, if you question, so if you question any AMC, if you question us that a particular fund's process, I think that's the most important thing in VUCA world you should do. Because that's the important thing, outcome will automatically happen. Otherwise, maybe you will be embracing a monkey, which will be an outcome bias. So my suggestion will be, ask process, that's the most important thing in this point. There is no dearth of new investors, that's for sure. It's coming from everywhere. There is a Tina effect, there is no alternative, and huge number of investors are coming in. The only thing is this, that how you are going to manage the expectation level of those investors. If any investor is coming and stating that I am a long-term investor, I want to take a risk, question him. He may not be a long-term investor. The moment he will be getting a 10% correction, he will be out of this particular scenario. So it's up to you to understand that whether he is a long-term investor or not. If he is there in 2007 and still there, definitely he is a long-term investor. Otherwise, question and then give and then have the expectation managed. Otherwise, we will be again in a bigger problem in future. This is a time where you have to actually engage with your investors and do that expectation management. Now, when I am saying about expectation management, when we state about the volatility, embrace that volatility, the first thing we state, we as a industry, asset allocation. So that's a very common term, and we think it very easy. So asset allocation, debt, equity we should do, and the investor should do an asset allocation, book profit, etc., etc. Is it easy? Believe me, it's not easy. You check yourself whether it was easy for you to book profit, whether it's easy for you when everything goes wrong for any particular asset class to be in that particular asset class, to put money into that particular asset class. It's not easy, and it will not be easy. So in this VUCA world, it's also important that you embrace into some amount, your portfolio should have some core portfolio in those products which automatically changes this debt and equity, which will help you. Because there will be a huge number of investors, there will be a good amount of money which will be coming. Unless and until you have that particular product as your core portfolio, those balance advantage type of products, it will be difficult for you. Because at this point of time, you may think, I will book profits, there will be taxation issues, there will be greed, there will be fear. And it's not easy. It's not easy, it will not be easy, it was not easy in 2007 as well. So why not start a core portfolio into those type of schemes? That will help all of us. I think that's again an important thing, and that will create the next leaders in this industry. So when I'm saying next leaders in this industry, all of you in this particular room, you will be, I think, I'm sure, all of you will be the next leaders in this industry if you create that core portfolio for your investors. Your investor will remember you. When I'm talking about huge number of investors, when I'm talking about big inflow, then the next question comes, where from the investors coming? Which type of investors, etc. I'm just giving my own example, and today we will be listening to a lot of leaders. In fact, in Jaipur what he did was a phenomenal thing. I think it's a big, I will say it's an event now, an annual event in Jaipur, annual event in North. So investor education in a big platform, that's definitely we are going to listen. But I will just share my own example, and it's a different type of investor education program, and it was a unique investor education program. So I stay now in Gurgaon. In Gurgaon, most of the rickshawalas, whether they are cycle rickshaw, whether they are auto rickshaw, most of them are from East and from Bengal, or they speak Bengali. So we did an investor education program with few of the rickshawalas. In a one particular gumti of rickshawalas, in a gumti we did an investor education program. That was unique. That was not in a hall. That was not any big premises. It was with chai bhat, with those rickshawalas, sitting and discussing about mutual fund. Few revelations. In fact, it was a big learning for me. First, they know about mutual fund. They know about mutual fund because of mutual fund Sahi Hai. They understand that there are products where you can invest and you can get money, and it's not that every product is locking, etc., etc. They know a lot of things. One, but they don't know how to invest. That's the question mark. Two, they have all the documents. I don't know in this room, whoever is sitting, whether all of your family members are having Aadhaar card or not, as on date. But they have. They have all the documents with them. So they have all the documents. So KYC is not a problem. Third thing, bank account. All of them are having bank account. Because of Jan Dhan, because of all the programs which has happened, they have opened bank account. So all of them are having bank account. So your documentation problem is over. Their understanding about there is a thing called mutual fund and Sahi Hai, that's also is over. Then the third thing, whether they have money. So I was giving examples of SIPs of 2,000 rupees, small investment 5,000, etc. The average check value, in fact it was a hugely conversion oriented IB because overwhelming response from the investor. So there were some 12 rickshawalas who actually participated, and they are not auto rickshaws, they are cycle rickshaw. Okay, they are cycle rickshawalas. The average check value was, any idea? Whoever have not listened about this particular experience.
15,000 above.
15,000 above, 4,000.
25,000.
25,000. The highest check value was 1,25,000. Average check value was more than a lakh.
One time or SIP or something?
One time.
One time.
See, they have a problem on SIP. They do not have a regular income. So uncertainty of income is there, but they have money in their bank account. Why they have money in their bank account? Because they have a plan that one day they will be having a land in Malda, or one day they will be having a house in Bharatpur. So they have a plan. That's why they have kept that money. And their expectation. Any idea about their expectation? Should pay gele bolo. Bhalo pata?
Double in 6 years.
Utna kuch.
More than bank FD.
More than bank FD. ठीक है. Expectation is more than 4.5%. Those money are actually in savings fund, savings account. Those are not in FD. बैंक पे जाते हैं तो कोई भाव नहीं देता है, कोई बोलते नहीं है. They do not have a checkbook facility. पैसा है क्योंकि कोई कैसे चेकबुक मिलता है उनको लगता है, they think कि शायद मेरे को चेकबुक मिलेगा नहीं. So we have to convince them कि नहीं आपको मिलेगा. Application लिख के दिया and they got that checkbook. Just think, that's the opportunity. So the opportunity is every layer. Sometimes, in fact, whoever is there from Calcutta, sometimes I think that in Shambajar, that's a very busy place in Calcutta. If anybody stands, so many persons are going around. Why can't everybody have a SIP? So I think opportunity is huge, and opportunity is at every layer. It's up to us how we ensure that we handhold them, we help them, we become a leader, and we change the society so that they invest. So थोड़ा सा भाव, थोड़ा सा handholding, थोड़ा सा उनके साथ बात करना, that's all. थोड़ा सा आपका time, that is required. When I am saying all these things, then the biggest problem happens is how to manage so many investors. So to manage so many investors in this VUCA world, one, think about increasing your team, think about having more offices, also think about embracing technology. So today when you are sitting here, if your investor says, I want to do an SIP, why you have to go to that particular investor to do some paperwork? Why not you do it from your phone, from this particular room? If it happens, don't you think you can give more time to those investors, you can give more time to get more new investors to change their life. So I think these points will be more helpful. It is from my own experience, and I am sure you all will be here. I am there with MFRT from inception, and I will be there with MFRT in the long journey, and I am sure all of you in this particular room will become a much bigger leader to change this society. Thank you.